Next week, we'll finally be watching the last episode of Outlander, and honestly, it still doesn't feel real. After years of time travel, war, heartbreak, unforgettable romances, and emotional reunions, this story is finally coming to an end. But even though the main series is ending, the Outlander universe is still alive. Outlander, Blood of My Blood is continuing to expand. Diana Gabaldon still has one final book left to release, and according to recent fan speculation, there's even a possibility that the franchise could continue one day with a movie or another spin-off. So while this may be the final episode of Outlander, it may not truly be the end of Jamie and Claire's story forever. But let's get straight to the finale, because episode 10 looks absolutely insane. Ever since season 8 started, the writers have been building tension around one terrifying possibility: Jamie Fraser dying at the Battle of Kings Mountain. The closer we get to the finale, the more unavoidable it feels. According to Frank Randall's writings, Jamie dies during the battle, and even though Jamie and Claire tried convincing themselves that Frank only included that warning to manipulate them emotionally, deep down they both know Frank would never joke about something like that. He genuinely wanted Jamie to survive because no matter how complicated their relationship became, Frank still cared about Brianna and wanted her to have a father in her life. His warning wasn't revenge. It was an attempt to change fate. The problem is that Jamie Fraser would never run from war, especially not a war connected to freedom. That's simply not who he is. Even after learning about the possibility of his death, Jamie still chooses to fight. And at the end of episode 9, when Mr. Cleveland arrived with news that the battle had finally come, you could instantly feel the tension change. It suddenly felt like every single storyline was racing toward one final tragic moment. Then the episode 10 trailer dropped, and honestly, it looks like Outlander saved its biggest and most emotional battle for the very end. We see Jamie speaking to his men before the war begins, and the entire scene feels heavy, almost like a goodbye speech. The battlefield shots look massive, with smoke everywhere, horses charging through chaos, soldiers screaming, and Claire watching in complete fear. It genuinely feels cinematic in a way we haven't seen from the series in a very long time. And because this is the final episode, I'm honestly terrified we're about to lose some important characters. The person I'm most worried about right now is Ian. He's one of the most lovable characters in the entire series, and after everything he's gone through, it finally feels like he found peace. He got his son back, he has a newborn baby with Rachel, and for once, his future looked hopeful. That's exactly why fans are nervous. Outlander has a habit of taking away happiness the moment characters finally begin to heal. I genuinely hope Ian survives because losing him in the finale would completely destroy me emotionally. But Jamie's situation feels even more heartbreaking. For the first time in years, his family is finally together. William is slowly starting to understand him, Lord John and Jamie have finally reached some kind of peace, Claire is beside him, and Brianna is safe. This should have been the happiest period of Jamie's life. Instead, he's preparing for what could become his final battle. And then there's Claire, whose entire journey this season feels connected to something much bigger than medicine. Her white hair is no longer just symbolic. Earlier seasons hinted through the Cherokee prophecy that Claire would eventually reach her full potential as a healer, and now we're finally seeing it happen. She already brought a stillborn baby back to life, and she now understands that the mysterious blue light is real. The show keeps building toward the idea that Claire is capable of doing things that shouldn't be possible. In the episode 10 trailer, there's one moment that completely shocked fans. A soldier attacks Jamie while riding past him on horseback, and Claire screams in absolute horror. Not just panic, genuine devastation. That scene feels incredibly important, and I honestly think this is the moment where Jamie either dies temporarily or comes dangerously close to death. The finale may force Claire to attempt something she has never fully controlled before, using the blue light to save Jamie's life. The only problem is that Claire still doesn't completely understand her powers. She knows the blue light exists, but she doesn't know how to control it consistently, and she definitely doesn't know if she can activate it under pressure during a battlefield emergency. So while there's a strong possibility she tries saving Jamie, there's no guarantee she'll succeed. Still, I personally have a feeling Jamie survives. Maybe barely, maybe permanently changed, but I just can't imagine Outlander ending with Claire losing Jamie forever after everything they survived together. Another thing we seriously need to talk about is Claire's family. In episode 9, Claire talked about losing her father when she was only 5 years old, but because of Blood of My Blood, we now know there's more to that story than Claire realizes. And something very interesting happened recently. Right after promoting the Outlander finale, the network released a teaser connected to Blood of My Blood Season 2. That timing feels intentional. I genuinely believe the finale is setting up a reveal about Claire's parents or her family history. Maybe Henry appears. Maybe Claire learns someone has been searching for her. Maybe her family is connected to the mystery of time travel more deeply than we expected. Even if we don't get a full reunion, Claire deserves answers about where she truly came from. Then we have Fanny, and honestly, I feel terrible for this girl. In episode 9, she heard a strange buzzing sound while holding a gemstone, and longtime fans immediately recognized what that might mean. A portal. Maybe even one located close to Fraser's Ridge. If that theory is true, the finale could introduce another major time travel storyline before the series ends. We already know Fanny may leave during the finale, but the big question is where she goes. Maybe Brianna finally explains time travel to her so she understands what's happening. Maybe Buck guides her through the stones safely so she can reunite with Jane. And honestly, Buck has become one of the most unexpectedly lovable characters in the series lately. He genuinely wants to help people, and I could absolutely see him risking everything to protect Fanny and make sure she reaches safety. That's what makes this finale feel so emotional. It's not just ending one story. It almost feels like it's opening the door for future stories at the exact same time. The Battle of King's Mountain is finally here. Jamie Fraser may face death one last time. Claire's powers may finally awaken completely. Hidden truths about family, destiny, and time travel could finally be revealed. And after all these years, Outlander is preparing to say goodbye. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Jamie survives the final episode? Will Claire successfully use the blue light? And do you believe the finale is secretly setting up another Outlander story in the future? Drop all your theories in the comments because I'll be reading every single one. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Series Drift, and turn on notifications because as soon as the finale airs, we'll be breaking down every hidden detail right here on the channel. Because on Series Drift, stories shift, details matter, and every hidden clue changes everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.